There, you all good? All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups Westminster. I'm Graham Dodge from Magic. I'll just run through real quick what 1 Million Cups is all about for the uninitiated. 1 Million Cups, the mission of 1 Million Cups Westminster is to lower the barrier for access to education, resources, and connections for entrepreneurs. This mission does not get accomplished without the core pillars of our program, which are that this is all about presentations, not pitches, connection, not networking. Our culture is to be for the community, by the community. Nobody has ownership of 1 Million Cups Westminster. Nobody's being paid to do it. And we are radically and intentionally inclusive. We meet every week on Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 presenters when possible. When we have one presenter like today, then we offer up the rest of the time for community updates. Presenters' organizations must be either less than 5 years old or willing to ask for help, or sometimes we make exceptions where if you've got a new initiative that you're launching, but you're an established business, you can still come out and present. And then we always end with the question, what can we do as a community to help you? This is our organizing team, myself from Magic, Chris Abel from Carroll Technology and Innovation Council, Vicki Slinkman from Ting, Jonathan Reed, attorney at law, Tina Thomas from the Infinite Love Project, Julius Knapp from Dirigible Systems, and Gabby Rose also from Magic. I also just want to thank our sponsors, Jeannie Bird Baking Company, for providing the free baked goods, which of course you don't get if you're attending online via Facebook Live. So thank you all for attending via Facebook Live, but you got to come in here if you want the Jeannie Bird baked goods and the free coffee from American Ice Company, who provided the coffee this morning as well. Thanks, of course, to Startup Portal for hosting the meeting this morning, and to the team at Magic for helping with putting this together as a community sponsor. So, without further ado, I will introduce our speaker, Jim Peterson from M&T Bank. Jim, come on up. Good morning. There you go.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Very happy to be here. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? So I'm Jim Peterson of M&T Bank. And I want to tell you a little bit about my journey, how I got to the bank. 15 years ago, I was just like many of you. I was running my business, managing people, trying to figure out where the next check is coming from. I got there because back in the 90s, I had a manufacturing plant. My partner and I had a manufacturing plant in Pennsylvania that we moved down to Baltimore. So we wanted to be near the port. We actually were pitting Philadelphia versus Baltimore to see who was going to give us the best deal for the new building that we were going to move into. And Baltimore won. Right, so we got some great tax breaks, et cetera, and we moved down to Baltimore. We ran that business up until 2011, and we were able to sell that business in 2011. So for a while, I became a score mentor at that time. I was trying to figure out what to do with myself. Because when you, as you guys know, you run your business, that's your whole life. I never thought I was going to sell that business. I thought I was going to pass it on to my kids, but my kids didn't want it, right? And I'm here to tell you that your kids don't want your business either. So that's your plan. You need to come up with a new plan, right? So we sold the business, and I became a score mentor and just was helping folks in and around the city with their businesses. 2015 comes along, and we had this incident, Freddie Gray incident in Baltimore City. The mayor reaches out and says, hey, we need somebody to go into communities and help them, just start businesses, which builds equity in your community, and you're less likely to wreak havoc if you have equity in your community. So that's what I did for the city of Baltimore for 4 or 5 years. My projects got larger and larger. We were doing pitch competitions and other things to get alternative funding for some of these businesses because I couldn't walk them into a bank. So we had to find other ways to get funding for these folks. And in doing that, my projects got bigger and bigger, so I needed a partner. So I went back to the bank that I had always banked with, M&T Bank. I said, hey, listen, can you help me do what I'm doing? And they jumped right on board. And in doing that, in that partnership, we came up with a program that would help small businesses get to the next level, whatever that next level is for them. So initially, around, I think it was 2016, 2017, Goldman Sachs came to town. Anybody familiar with Goldman Sachs, 10,000 small businesses? Right, so they came to town and they said, hey, listen, we have this Accelerator program, but you have to be making $100,000. and you have to have at least 3 employees. So many people came to me and said, hey, Jim, I really want to be in a program like this, but I'm not yet making $100,000 and I don't have, it's just me. I don't have any other employees. So we created this program called 0 to 100 for all those folks who aren't yet making $100,000. So we put this program together. It's a 10-week program, and we're going to give businesses all the things that they need to move them to the next level, again, whatever that is. And what we determine would help small businesses the most is connections, resources, and capital. All right, so in this program, we're going to connect you with whatever area that we're in. We're going to connect you with those folks who can help you do business with that area. So in Baltimore City, we're going to bring in some Baltimore City procurement folks. We're going to bring in those people in charge of certification. We're going to bring in those folks who are in charge of purchasing and all the things that you need to do business with the city of Baltimore. Right. So we're also in Howard County, Montgomery County, Frederick County. This April, we're going to be in Prince George's County in both English and Spanish. Right, so the program's growing, and like I said, it's 10 weeks. Each week, you're going to have a subject matter expert. A little early this morning. Didn't have enough coffee, but and they're going to come in. They're going to teach you different things like business plans and marketing and social media, all those things that companies need. And we're going to make sure that we pour into you when you're done, that you're going to be a little better off than when you came to the program. And at the last week, the graduation includes a pitch competition where you can win some of them in T's cash. Right. So that's our program. That's a little bit about me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Jim. Who wants to start us off? Chris Tillman.
All right, so your program, when you say you're taking it out to Howard County and to the various counties, are they county-centric, so that, where your program in the city seems to be geared towards doing business in and with Baltimore City?
Yes.
Are the programs at the county levels being directed to in and for the county?
They are, and we designed it that way because when we bring people, those folks who are in that cohort, we're going to bring people from your community. So the accountant or the CPA that comes in that teaches the financial literacy portion of the program, if you want to reach out to that person after the program, you can, because they're probably your neighbor or somebody who lives in the community, right? So we're not going to bring folks from Baltimore into Frederick and say, hey, teach this course, because we want people to do business with each other in their communities.
Tia Tom?
Yes.
Two questions. Are you working on a cohort here in Carroll County? And if not, I see the Accelerator program for Baltimore as the greater Baltimore area.
Yeah.
Would people from Carroll County be able to apply to be in the Baltimore version until you get a Carroll County version?
No, but we are working on coming to Carroll County. So the greater Baltimore area includes Baltimore County.
Okay. Gotcha.
And are you working with a particular group in Frederick? Like, what was the decision to go to Frederick before Carroll based on? Was it another affiliation out there?
Yeah, typically we partner with the economic development in that area. And it was their decision. They said, hey, we need you guys out here.
Had you had any outreach from Carroll County Economic Development?
Some of our branch managers have.
Okay.
And they're working on it.
Let us know if you need help with that.
Coming soon.
Let us know.
Yeah, now that I know, we get a little more help out here. That's what we need. I can't do it all, and our branch managers are busy. So we need that cooperation. That's the key here, right? The cooperation is the key on whether we come to another area or not. So if you guys are willing, I'd love to have that conversation.
Yes, Vicki Sling.
Sorry, I see eligibility, but my eyesight is not what it once was. So could you tell us a little bit more about eligibility, and are there certain types of businesses that have been more successful going through the program, industry specific, or is it basically any for-profit business can take advantage?
Yeah, so pretty much any for-profit business. We won't turn you down for other than the sin industries that banks can't deal with, right? But what we ask for is, it's not a startup program. It's an early stage program, right? So you have to be in business for at least 2 years. And in whatever area that we're in, you have to do business in that area. We'd like you to have an office in that area. But there's a woman out here who is her home office is out here in Carroll County, but she does all of her business in Baltimore City, and she's been through our program. All right, so we ask that you do business in the area, you've been in business for at least 2 years, and that you're in good standing with the state. And that's it. And that's it. We have all kinds of businesses, whether there's one business that does better than the other. I wouldn't say that there's any specific business that does better, because it's dynamic, right? Although these are what we post to be covered in the program. Part of the application we ask, what is it that you need help with? Right? Our last cohort in Howard County, more than 50% of the people said, I need help with hiring. Right? I can't find good people. So we swapped out, I forget what we swapped out, but we placed HR in there as a whole session. Right? So we brought in an HR expert to talk about hiring and all the things, onboarding and everything related to HR. So it's dynamic, and we try to give you what you need.
Larry, good question.
Yeah, during that 10-week period, are you working with the group? Are you working with individuals, one-on-one?
So this is how we do it. We meet once a week for 10 weeks. But we also have mentors for the program. Again, that's why I need that partnership. So there's mentors assigned. Now, we used to meet in person. Before pre-pandemic, we met in person. There were about 25 people in the class, and we tried to match each person up with a mentor, either through the bank or through school or through SBDC or some of the other partners that we have in the area. Now we've gone virtual on a lot of these classes, not all of them. Howard County is still in person, but most of these are virtual. And we have around 40 people in the class now. So what we do is we have a certain number of mentors, 10, 12, 15 mentors, and you can reach out to them and they'll work with you one-on-one.
And how do the mentors get to you? How do they call you and say, I want to be a mentor? Or?
So some call us, typically we call them, but again, a lot of people in the bank are our mentors, right? So we have a lot of bankers who are willing to be mentors, M&T Bank. And we also have a great relationship with SBDC and school.
I just want to remind anyone who's watching on Facebook Live, you can put questions in the comments and we'll read them out loud here live for Jim. And then I have another question about I'm sorry if you already covered this. Is this an equity taking or a fee taking accelerator program?
Not at all. It's absolutely no equity being taken. We like to give you money. We don't want to take anything from you. And it just costs you your time. One thing I will not say is it's free. It's not free. It's going to cost you 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you an hour and a half a week for 10 weeks.
That's a great point.
And you're going to have some homework, right? One of the requirements for graduating is that you complete a business plan. We want you to complete a business plan. We also ask you to submit stats and a bio sheet on you, just so you can share with the other folks in the cohort. We understand how important that is. And even though we're virtual, we try to build in some time when we can all get together, a happy hour here or there, stuff like that, or at least a graduation where we can all come in the same room and get to know each other, because that's a big part of being in a cohort, right? Being able to do business with the folks that you're in that cohort with, and being able to commune and have those conversations so that you know that you're not by yourself. Because being a business owner can be lonely, right? You think you're the only one that struggling on Tuesday to get your payroll together for Friday, right? And we know how lonely it can be, so we try to make sure that even online you have time to at least have those conversations and say, hey, is anybody else struggling with hiring people? Right? Is it just me? Those kind of things. That's important for business owners to be able to do.
Chris.
I'm sure that as much as you put into it is how much you get out, right? But are there any real home run success stories of business owners that have gone through this program?
Yeah, we have too many to name, as a matter of fact.
Sure.
There are a couple of people in our Montgomery County cohort that now have contracts with Montgomery County because the Montgomery State Executive was a part of the program and liked these two businesses so much and realized that there was a need in the county for the services that they were offering, and they got great contracts with them. Right. We have a young lady named Susan Clayton in Baltimore City who she invented something called run mitts. It's called White Paws Run Mitts, and she's a runner. And she created these mitts that, when it's cold, you can run with the mitts on, and then you get a little warmer, you can flip the top down and release your fingers, and you can slide it down. And, so there's like 3 functions to these mitts. She came through our program. She was very shy. I've known her for years. She's very shy when she came into the program. And part of that was because she wasn't feeling so secure about it. It's just her, right? She's a hairdresser. She was a salon owner. They came up with this product, right? She didn't know how to run this business. She didn't know how to patent it. She didn't know how to market it, but after coming through our program, she got the confidence in herself. She won our pitch competition. She went on to win several other pitch competitions. Just last year, M&T Bank has a pitch competition called the Crab Tank. The application's about to drop soon, so some of you might want to look for that. She won that last year. Right, so she was able to build that confidence and become secure about her business through the training that she received. She was secure about what she was doing and how she was doing it, and she is a great success story.
So
Love
awesome.
to talk about her.
And what's the name of the other entrepreneur from Carroll County or her business that you mentioned?
I wish I could remember, but they have an insulation company.
Okay.
So you guys might not. I'll have to get it to you. I'm sure. You know her. She does pipe installations.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of unique, right? And she's like 2 lights down.
Oh, okay. I'll seek her
I'll
out.
have to get Spark or
Get her out here to
Spark
pitch.
installation. I wish I should have had that prepared when I came out here. I didn't realize until I was coming up the street, and I was like, oh.
So I like your emphasis on finding money for the companies. I've heard Troy Lamel Stovall from Tedco say that if I invest $1, the company's worth $1, but if I can get someone to pay that company $1, they're worth $10.
Exactly.
Indicating the 10x multiple, well, specifically for technology companies. Is that sort of a similar philosophy to this Accelerator program?
Very similar.
Okay.
Very similar. Again, and sometimes it's just that spark. For a lot of these companies, they have a great business, great product, great service, but they just don't know how to get to that next point or have that next connection or hear something from another business owner. Oh, is that how you do it? Right? So you need that, and we realize that how important that is. And it's not always money. If you ask most business owners, I'm sure if we took a poll in here, what do you need? Most people are going to say access to capital. I need money. Right? But oftentimes, they don't know about vendor credit. Right? If you talk to them about, hey, do you have 30, 90 days with your vendors? And they say, oh, you know what? Depending on your cash cycle, you can actually get that product, do whatever you do to it, and sell it and get the money before you have to pay your vendor, right? And a lot of people don't know that, and those little tricks that you can teach people, or if you can arrange a certain pay up front deal, right, with some of your customers, right? Some people are willing to pay up front to get the product sooner or the service done faster, Those little things that you can teach some small businesses about how to manage their income and the cash flow and things like that, they can be invaluable.
Any other questions for Jim? If not, we'll end with our typical questions. What can we as a community do to help you?
All right, so please spread the word about the 0 to 100 Accelerator. And again, we need mentors, we need advocates, we need folks that are going to help us help these small businesses in Carroll County. We could use some help with talking to the EDC to make sure that we can get the program here. Look out for Crab Tank. That's going to be coming out. That application is going to drop soon. And I guess that's it. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
right, so we'll open up for community updates here. Anybody here have a community update that would like me to get a tab or website open or Insta?
Can we do a little Carol Biz challenge?
Yeah, come on up. You want to talk about it?
CarolBizChallenge.com.
Let me get the. And by all means, please help yourselves to coffee and G-Bird baked goods while we're getting this up. All right, John Weedman.
All right, thank you. Just want to take a second to talk about the Carol Biz Challenge. It's the local Carroll County business pitch contest put on by the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce. We often refer to it as American Idol meets Shark Tank. If you're into nervous energy, you'll love the event in August, the finals, because we've got 5 individuals or groups that will be pitching their business ideas live on stage. We expect 40-ish applications. It's a tough deal to get those down to 5, but that day on stage we see those 5. They pitch live. We have a lot of fun with it. You see here behind me, the prizes are $10,000 in cash. The plus is because typically we get about another $20,000 in goods and services, advertising, legal services, accounting services, etc. Application deadline is May 31. So if you know somebody who's interested, who would be a good fit for this, go online, CarolBizChallenge.com, fill out the application. Worst case scenario, you learn a whole lot about yourself and your business just by filling out the application. So hopefully we see you there.
Awesome. Questions?
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit about eligibility? What kind of businesses are they? Businesses that are ongoing? How, if they've been in business,
Excellent question. And it's a little bit fuzzy because there is no, it must be less than 1 year. But looking for typically a year or less, that doesn't mean if you've been in business for 16 months or 14 months, and maybe the first 6 months of that was just up here, that you're eligible or not eligible. So go online and apply. What we're not looking for is somebody who's been in business for 5 years, making money, and would like to get another $10,000. That is not the ideal application. Okay, so we are looking for startups. Excellent question.
Is there going to be the event early on where all the applicants get up for a minute and do their pitch? That was so much fun last year.
Yeah, it is in June, and it's always held at the town mall.
At the mall.
I'm sure the date will be up here somewhere if it's not already. But yeah, all the applicants are invited to do a mini 1-minute pitch just to get the ball rolling, and it is a really fun event.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was glad I was in the audience.
I'm glad that I MC it. I'm not up there. I'd rather do that. All right. Anything else? All right. It's a fun event, Carroll Arts Center in August. So apply or come, do one or the other.
All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have a community update to share? I see some usual suspects here, so I'm just waiting for them to.
I'm just waiting.
Yeah?
Whoever can do it for me.
Come on, Billy. I know you got something to say.
Of course.
Well, I'll just go ahead and get you queued up here either way. You want me to find your purpose?
Please, sir. And I am going for the Carol Biz Challenge.
Yes, excellent.
Nice.
That's great news.
Good morning, everybody. Billy Love from Find Your Purpose, and I have a lot to go over. But I hate Apple.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
I'll
start.
say hi, I'm a Mac, and you can say hi, I'm a PC.
I'll start. I'll start here. So we did a book read with the Rudo Girls bookstore. It's been 3 weeks since I've been here. Yeah, about three weeks ago. It was pretty.
So having a baby does to you.
Oh yeah, that too. It was a pretty cool experience. And hold on a second. I'm trying to get that. All right, got it. There's another picture from it. This is the second time I've done that with the Rudo Girls, and we always have like a nice crowd in there every time we do it. Planet Fitness partnered up with us to do a fitness program with Find Your Purpose. They reached out to us, and this was the first day. They brought all the kids in, and how do you change it?
I think there's a little doodad right there.
Yeah, they brought all the kids in and did like a fitness class. I actually did it with the kids, So we were like running on the track. I thought I was fit until you had to run for 5 minutes. My back was hurting and everything, but it was really cool. This is a little video clip of it. This is every 2 weeks throughout all spring and all throughout the summer.
They're gonna keep doing this?
Yeah. And all of our kids, everybody got a free membership, including myself, and I owed like $20. So they're gonna place that and it's cool. So I was really happy about that. That was probably the best part of it. All right. I'm not computer literate. I just don't know what's going on.
You want to close it? It's way up there.
Okay, so we had our Find Your Purpose Youth Talent Show. This was the third one that we did. We did this one at Project C Dance Studios, and here's a couple clips from some of our kids that were performing. And we pretty much sold out all of the seats. He's the coolest.
Got some new students up there, it looks like.
Hey, we have a bunch of new ones.
Yeah. Now, are they all singing, or some of them rapping, or?
Yeah, they rap, sing. Then we had a couple dancers too. That was a little crowd shot. All right. Then I did a speaking engagement with the, I think the Carroll Management Board recently. Kevin Dayhoff took the pictures of it, and I got a chance to present in front of like everybody and talk about who we are and what we do, what our plans were. I made a lot of awesome connections there that day, and I'm very happy that I did that. I think that was probably one of my better speaking engagements, and I brought my daughter with me. I think that's what did it. Last night we did our skating. I don't want to say annual. We do this like every 2 or 3 months, but we go to Magic Elm Skateland and we rent out the entire place and we bring our whole crew there. And last night was another big event. I think we had probably 100 people show up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Magic Elm Skateland in Hanover.
Hanover.
And that's on a week. That's if I did it on a Saturday or something, we probably sell the whole place out. This is one of the crowd shots.
That's why when I drive by there, it's packed.
Yeah.
I wonder, where are all these people coming from?
It's actually it was a lot of people. So all these kids, I didn't even tell them to lay down like that, but that was kind of cool. But and my son came. It was a really, really nice event. And last but not least, what's up, Zach?
What's up, Billy?
I'm about to launch the official flyer, but this is a preliminary flyer we did. But our annual Easter egg hunt is coming up on April 8th. It's at Westminster City Park. This is probably maybe the 15th year that we did this. We were doing it since before people knew who Find Your Purpose was, before they knew who Billy Lobb was. They started out with 8 kids, and last year we had over 500. This year I'm expecting 600 plus. And there's some of our main sponsors, the Carroll County Arts Council, Ting, Rockstar Grill, and of course my company, Wisdom Court Entertainment. So if you guys are free on April 8th, please come out. It's going to be an awesome event. We have food, performances, eggs, candy, all kinds of cool things going on.
I'll be there.
Awesome. You came last year too, right?
Yeah.
Any questions? Wow, that's fantastic.
How about just a thank you for what you do?
Thank
Oh.
you. And, yeah, that's all. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Billy. For those of you who are meeting Billy for the first time, he is not only running this great nonprofit, Find Your Purpose, doing all these great community events, he also runs, obviously, Wisdom Court Entertainment, and is a concert promoter. He was voted Baltimore's top concert promoter a couple of years in a row or something like that. So, and you mostly book out of the Baltimore Soundstage?
Well, yeah, all throughout. Soundstation.
All throughout, okay.
Soundstation, outer bars, on home base.
Right. Anyway, so in case you don't already know Billy, that's more about him. All right, who else has a community update?
Inspire girls.
Spire Girls, yeah. Gabby, why don't you come up and talk
I'm
about Spire
busy
Girls?
back here.
Come on, Gabby. All right, well, Spire Girls is Magic's STEM initiative, leadership initiative for girls. And we have an upcoming event for teenage girls, 8th grade to 12th grade. We have an event coming up at Exploration Commons on March 25th. That is this weekend, right? Saturday. And we have our speaker is Alex Lockwood from the, do you know Alex?
I went to yoga teacher training.
Oh, that's right. She had the yoga connection. I forgot about
Yes.
that. She's a project scientist at the Space Telescope Science Institute. So we couldn't be more thrilled to have her come out and speak to all of our young girls here in the community. So it's a totally free event. You just have to be a girl in 8th grade to 12th grade. No boys allowed. And it should be a lot of fun. We give away a lot of cool stuff like Spire Girls swag and stickers, and we're going to be screening the movie Hidden Figures. We will be giving away copies of the book Hidden Figures and some really cool like NASA Space Telescope posters and stuff. So there's a lot that the girls come into this will get out of it, both with cool prizes and swag. And do we feed them too, Gabby? We feed them too. So this is our first time doing it at Exploration Commons. We usually have had this in the past at American Iced Company Cafe. So we're really excited to be able to do this at the Exploration
Now,
Commons.
is this drop-in, or do we register through the Magic site?
We ask that you register, but I don't think there's anything against drop-ins, right, Gabby?
No, we won't like punish you.
We won't punish you.
Some
But-
of her girl fitting that, age bracket there.
Yes. So so tell all the teenage girls in your life about that. If they have any interest in STEM whatsoever, maybe they'll even know that they do, and this is like the way for them to kind of get interested and to hear from another female mentor in STEM, this time being Alex Lockwood. So we have a different female mentor speaker every time we do this. Last time we had Jen Bishop from University of Maryland talking about college readiness, and before that we had Dr. Becker, our mayor here in Westminster, talking about STEM. Any questions about that? All right.
That is so awesome. I wish my 5-year-old was in 8th grade.
You were tired.
Alex is amazing.
That's so cool.
It's a great program, and kudos to Kim Samuelson, our program director, for really getting this off the ground. It was Lisa Wack, Dr. Robert Wack's wife, who initially brought the idea to Magic, and then Kim took it and ran with it, and her daughter came up with the branding for it, and so it really took off pretty quick.
Alex is the inspiration for the rainbow crayon.
Really?
Yes, I was only making
yeah,
solid colors, and she said she wanted 3. I said, what color? She said, I want rainbow. One for my house and each grandparent. So everywhere my child goes, it sees that message. So,
And since she's an astrophysicist,
Yeah.
if she says the visible spectrum is important to have in your life every day,
Yeah.
it's science.
she's given an actual TED Talk.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, about the space telescope.
Oh, that's right. I've seen that.
She's public relations with the James Webb.
Right.
Yeah, we're the web people.
With the Webb.
Well, any other community updates? Larry?
Well, I'm going to speak for Rick because I think he's managing the Facebook
Oh, is he? Is he over
live
there?
stream in the back.
Oh, okay.
But Rick at Startup is putting an event together on May 23rd up here at the Best Western Conference Center. It's called Celebrating Entrepreneurship. You're all invited to come. And actually, one of our keynotes is Graham Dodge talking about his book,
That's right.
The
Entrepreneur's
Entrepreneur's
Dance.
Dance.
Who's that guy?
One of our other keynotes is Aaron Davis from Switchbridge, another local company that is in
And he's
Carroll
been a
County.
speaker here at one of the cups too.
Right. Rick is going to be doing a money vault, which he's going to show everybody how to make the money. We're going to showcase 4 or 5 companies in this area that are out seeking money, and they're going to be telling their story. Then we'll also have people like Linda Katz-Wilner presenting about how to make your best pitch possible, and Joe Matico from Adventure Product Studios to talk about how to take an idea that's in your head and put it on a market shelf. How to get it.
I have.
So we have a lot of educational stuff coming up.
I think this is
Hopefully
the
that's in our
flyer
current,
for it, right?
Yeah, that's the current one. You can see some of the sponsors. Ting is a sponsor.
What date is that again?
You can see a lot of the people that
May
are
23rd.
involved.
Okay.
It is not free, just so everybody knows. This is not a freebie. But there is an early bird special of $25. The most important part to me is Braglio's food truck, because they have barbecue coming, and the other favorite is Goldie's Donuts, or Blondie's Donuts. If you've never had a Blondie's Donuts, you need to have a Blondie's Donuts. So they will be coming to supply food. We'll have a cash bar, a lot of networking. So be a great event. See Rick.
Yeah, see Rick Leinbach, who is here, but just not here at this very moment. Any questions about that? I'm looking forward to it. It should be a fun event. Any other community updates? If not,
We have one.
okay.
And then I can close this out. How's that?
Yes, that's perfect.
Can you go to beconsign.com, please?
Sure can.
Thank you. Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
It's one of those days where you have to make your own sunshine. So, happy Wednesday. The Be Kind sign is,
I didn't know you were jumping up there.
Eric is the guest artist. We are the guest artists at Off Track Art in Westminster. And so this coming weekend is the last weekend for us to be featured at Off Track Art. It's on Main Street in Westminster, right at the railroad tracks. Off Track Art. We're grateful to be a part of the art community in Westminster. And so the final weekend is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go take a look at not only the Be Kind signs and the art that other community members have made of the Be Kind signs, because there's quite a few paint your own signs that are featured that people in the community have painted. But also there are a lot of artists and crafters who are a part of that art collective who have amazing work there. So we highly encourage you, if you've never been to Off Track Art, to take a look and check it out. We're there for our final weekend as the guest artists. It's been a fun time. We had a reception this past Sunday, and we're grateful to all the support that the community has given us for that.
And I didn't know you were jumping up here, so we're at the beginning stages of planning a kindness walk. We've sold 70 signs to Gloria at Govin's Library in Baltimore City, and she takes pages out of a book, blows them up, puts them in the windows of different merchants, and the kids with their parents walk around, read the story, go back to the library, prove that they took the kindness walk, and they get a free book. And this year they're going to get a free paint your own Be Kind sign and a paint kit. So we want to bring that to Westminster, and so we're going to be looking for Main Street merchants to sponsor some signs to paint. We hope to get maybe a dozen kids from each of the 9 Westminster schools to paint them, and that could be part of the kindness walk, that they walk around and. How many can you fit in your window?
How big are they?
A lot of window.
How big are they?
It's going to be the crayons. It's going to be the crayons. But there's going to be a QR code next to it, and they can scan it, and they can find out a little bit more about your business. And it's going to be bringing people to Main Street who may not.
We've got a lot of space in our window.
Yes. I've already looked at Bernie's also next to you. He's got a dozen in each window.
Yeah.
So just beginning stages, and hopefully like back to school, like September-ish, we're going to do that, and maybe culminating with the oyster stroll, which is like that might be the last weekend. Just people on Main Street. Wrap it up. You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the last thing is, if you can't participate in Spire Girls on Saturday, we will also be at. This one, I thought I had this thing figured out. Well, we're going to be at the Maryland Day Festival down in Baltimore at Power Plant Live. So it is a covered event. For the most part, 6 stages, huge, celebrate Maryland. If you like all things Maryland, this is totally for you. We will have plenty of Maryland Be Kind signs available, as well as Maryland stickers. And it's at Power Plant Live. It's going to be an amazingly huge event.
You'll be there.
I saw Billy.
I was going to say, I saw Billy Live thing on that.
We're performing at the Maryland. We're the only hip hop artists performing at the whole event.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So if you can't do Spire Girls, we kind of wish we could do Spire Girls because we love Alex and we love what Magic is doing with the Spire Girls event. But if you like Maryland, come on down to Power Plant Live. Rain or shine, it's going to be a blast.
What's the hours for this?
Noon to 8.
Okay, so you can do both, maybe. Yeah.
And we have,
A lot of stuff going on there.
and since we're vendors, they gave us 2 free tickets, so reach out to us and they're yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, first come, first serve.
All right.
I got tickets for 20 that are less than, the door's like 25, but you get them from us at like 20.
Okay, so Billy's got how many tickets you have?
Mine cost $20.
Oh, obviously, so you have as many as
I have like 20 left.
Gotcha, okay, so Billy's got tickets too. All right, great.
Yeah. And then just keep an eye on BeKindSign.com for our events page for more upcoming events.
You want to send us out?
Thank you for reminding. And so I guess I should put
Oh, yeah.
one of the. We are 1 Million Cups. We are an entrepreneurial community here to help out those who just don't realize how much they've gotten themselves into. But know their passion and know that they want to, in some way, make a business work, make a nonprofit work. So we're here in Carroll County, where one MC is based in Westminster. We are the only Maryland.
Second now, because
we're the
Baltimore's
second
got
now.
one, UMBC. Yeah.
Baltimore just started their own 1MC. We're grateful to Magic and Graham Dodge for bringing 1 Million Cups, the Kaufman Foundation, to our community. We want to thank Startup Portal for hosting us in this location, Jeannie Bird for the sweet treats, American Ice Cafe for the go-go juice, and we're here for you. If you're an entrepreneur, just have a business idea. Please plug in, go to 1millioncups.com/Westminster, click apply to present. If you don't know what a pitch deck is, if you don't even know how to do PowerPoint, we will help you in crafting your story so that you can get up here and plug into this entrepreneurial community. We're here to support you. So go out there, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.